Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, that wraps it up for day one. So, just so you know, my hours that I'm kind of live and ready to talk one on one or immediately respond to any kind of concerns you have are between the hours of 9 and 3. So, after those hours, so 3 all the way until the next morning at 9 a.m., those are hours that I will respond to emails, but it just won't be in the immediate fashion. And so, the reason being is that I've got to either do dinner or I've got to do daycare or bath time or story time, all that type of thing. And so I just might find myself kind of wrapped up in something else at that point in time. But I will try to respond to you. At worst case scenario, emails to me sent to me after 3 o'clock will get responded to by 9 a.m. the next morning. Okay, well, let's recap this morning. There's a couple things to walk away with. One, there's 3 places to drop your actual assignments. The first is in My Blueprint. So My Blueprint is where you put all your portfolio assignments. So if you're wondering how to make a My Blueprint and a My Blueprint portfolio, here you go. This is the login instructions and the account creation instructions. This is how to create a portfolio in the program and then actually how to use the portfolio. So those are 2 essential components. The other 2 places that things are submitted is the discussions. So here's the discussion section here. And this is a live post that every student can see and respond to. The other section is your assignments right here. So discussions and assignments are always marked by the next day that they're due, 9 a.m. And so at that point, you could check your grades for the work that was due yesterday, and you could see the grades that you got. If the grade is a 0, that means you didn't hand it in. Or if the grade is less than what you would want, you can go back into the assignments, look at your feedback, make changes, and submit a second document. Don't worry about unsubmitting the first, and I'll remark it and give you a new grade. The portfolio marks, so remember this My Blueprint portfolio that we just talked about here, that isn't going to be marked until the last day of class because it's part of your culminating task. It is worth a lot, and if you sleep on the portfolio submissions, your last day will be a living hell because of the volume of work you will have to do. Make sure you're doing them. So the next great question would be, how do I find my assignments, and how do I find my assignment due dates? Well, the calendar is over here. And so you can see the calendar from 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, the last day of course. It's all there. And so I click on the day that I want, and the day that the things that are due that day come up here. So for example, today is the 18th. So I click on here and the assignments come up. So this is the unit, this is the lesson, this is the assignment, and this is where it's submitted. So for example, today there's 2 discussions that were due and a portfolio assignment that were due. And so if I needed to find them in the course, I would remember the unit and remember the activity. So beginning of something amazing, who am I? Then I go up to content. I scroll to our course, GLC. I go to the beginning of something amazing. That was the unit. Who am I? That was the lesson. And now in here is where you're going to find the actual assignment. So here's your task. Answer these questions. Watch the video. Put the answer to the questions in one of these formats, and there's examples that you can click on, and then post it to both the discussion area and your portfolio. So you can click here to find the appropriate discussion. Boom, post it here. Or you can click on the actual discussion and post it there. And the same thing goes for assignments. You can click on assignments, and then you can see all the assignments and you submit them here. Coming back into the course. So what this also means is that you can work ahead. So let's say you got through today's work and you wanted to work tomorrow because you had ball in the afternoon. You might not be able to get to it. So let's look at day 2. So you've got a discussion, you got 2 portfolio submissions, and you got 2 Dropbox submissions. So if I wanted to work ahead, I just remember the unit, changing world of work, and my transferable skills, the lesson. So content, course, changing world of work, my transferable skills is lesson. I read it, I pay attention. Oh, here's the files. I use the files, I edit the files. Here's an example of what I should have at the end of it. And there's the submit your work. I click on that and I actually submit my work in that folder. I could also just click on my assignments and there's the transferable skills and I could submit it there. So that covers what my portfolio is, where to submit things, how to check my grades, the fact that I can resubmit stuff, and it covers the due dates and what I should be doing each day. The only thing that is left is the this is the email that you contact me. And remember, you signed up for 5 to 6 hours, and you can do 5 to 6 hours each day whenever you want. But I too signed up for 5 to 6 hours from 9 until 3. And then, or sorry, more like 8 till 3. So if you want to get me earlier, you can. 8 till 3. And then after that, I am still available at this email. But like I said, it might be a delayed response. And at worst case, it might be not until the next morning at 9 a.m. Please know that if you have another email for me, I will check it eventually, but it might be a couple days before I get to it. I don't monitor those in the summer, whereas this one is a constant monitoring going on. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here for you. If you need a one-on-one chat, you need to share screens, you need to do a live video chat, I'm here to